Hello, my divinities. I could not talk there for a second. I was gonna say my lovelies, and I was like, no, what's my word? Anywho, we are getting back on track little by little. I know some of you are still waiting for your personal readings. Please be patient with me. I swear I'm working my way down the list. A lot of unexpected things happen, and I'm getting back on track. So bear with me, okay? And by the way, guys, the messages have been on one hand, I'm grateful because I know that when y'all reach out and message me, it's because y'all want to connect with me, and I really am grateful for it. But I really am going to start asking that you guys, when y'all have a question, for the most part, I understand that a lot of y'all don't want your personal information out there, so y'all'd rather send it to me in a private message. But y'all have to understand, I have messages coming in from Facebook. I have messages coming in from TikTok. I have messages coming in from YouTube. I have messages coming in from Patreon. And on top of that, I have people emailing me and texting me. So there are days where I get overwhelmed because it's just a lot. It's a lot, and I'll just shut down and just not return any messages at all, when some of them could have just been something you put in a comment. So I would appreciate it if you guys take that into consideration. I'm not saying y'all have to not message me, but just make sure that it's a message that, you feel like you really, really need to convey to me, okay? But anyway, I do love the messages, don't get me wrong. So anywho, we have got some new oracle decks. I'm so excited. This one is a Hecate oracle deck. So let's see. Let's let our goddess Hecate speak today. We've got Chthoniya of the Earth, stability, number 9. Then we've got Anasa Pharmakidon, Queen of Witches, 25, sovereignty. And you know what's interesting is I had decided before I started the reading that we're going to do, because it's the oracle of the Hekatean path, right? So I'm going to let this be like 2 different paths. And then we've got Dark Moon, release. Okay. So I'm going to start like this. Let's see how it works out. Let's read these messages. Let's start with number 31. And the card in the middle indicates where we've come from. And then these are the options of which road we're going to take. So 31, release. It says, most sacred to Hecate, the darkest night can be harnessed for cathartic release and empowerment. These can sometimes be bitter pills to swallow, but are necessary to promote healing and growth. This is the holy night of Hecate when she travels abroad with her retinue. In the stillness of our inner sanctum, we can feel her draw near. The tingle of fear is close, but her dark whispers inspire us to take action. What's done is done. Time to move forward. Okay. Now let's see number 9. Because just because I set the intention doesn't mean that Hecate agrees with it. So we're going to see if she agreed with my intention or not. Number 9, Chthoniya of the Earth, stability. The very earth itself tears open amidst quake and storm, shaking reality to its core. And yet Hecate stands, powerful and firm, towering like an ancient oak. We can tap into these powers of stability and steadfastness, calling upon Hecate for protection and empowerment. And it is here where we may face our worst fears and discover our deepest potential. But as in all things, we must prove our mettle in the face of the unknown that lurks beneath. Be sure-footed and certain on your path. Okay. By the way, 31 reduces to a 4, 25 reduces to a 7, in case those numbers are important to you. See number 25. Anasa Pharmakidon, Queen of Witches, sovereignty. Whether we walk our path alone or join others, we become our own priests and priestesses. Your power is your own personal and individual relationship with the realm of spirit and the divine. Your individual relationship with Hecate is the most important aspect of walking your path. All roads lead to Rome, but we are all coming from different places. Oh, you know what's wild? I literally had that phrase in my head a few days ago, and I was just I don't even know what I was doing. It was just random. It started plopping into my head. All roads lead to Rome. And I was just like, okay. All roads lead to Rome, but we are all coming from different places. Aid the journey of others if you are moved or inspired to. That said, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's start. Let's start with this side. Give me 3 cards. 5 of Cups. Three cards for stability. 5 of Wands. And the 9 of Cups. Overall energy, Ace of Spheres. I think that this is very much for people who are in the midst of making a decision on how they want to serve the Dark Mother. And I say the Dark Mother because there's different kinds, and you know which one you're serving, right? Because with the Ace of Spheres, I feel like some opportunity is popping up right now. Yeah, it could be a job, could be some sort of promotion. So if you take a leap of faith, it will lead to success, but it's almost like the fact that it's a different path than the one called sovereignty. It's stability, but I don't like that it has the 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands here. Like, yes, it will lead to getting paid. It will take a leap of faith. You will feel really successful. You'll turn into someone really stable. But I feel like somehow it'll end up disappointing you. You'll regret going down this path. With the 5 of Wands, something about this path puts you in conflict with actually being able to serve the Dark Mother. Like, it's a wish come true, but it's almost like, and listen, I have a Taurus moon, so I'm having difficulty articulating this, okay? Because I get why this would be confusing. So I'm trying to understand the message myself as I convey it. But something about this path is self-serving. It's like, yes, you will build stability. Oh, that's it. You will build stability. You'll have a very calm, but down this path is the normal life. Down this path is the people who are worried about their credit score, people who are worried about who they're going to marry, people worried about what type of house they're going to live in. It's not bad. It's just not the sovereign path. It's not the path towards sovereignty. It's not the path towards becoming her initiate. She is just making it clear we're all releasing things, right? We're all growing. We're all using purging and all that to grow. But some of you guys are growing towards stability, and there's nothing wrong with that. She also represents stability. But it's more like, if you think of the Dark Mother, imagine that she is an actual mother, right? And for those of you, well, I don't know how it is with you guys, but like in my family, whether people mean to or not, they lean towards being closer to some people because they spend more time with that person, right? Or it's not about the time they spend with the person, it's about how well they connect, how often they work together. Because I used to work in an organization, I'm going to take it out of the family context because I was like, it doesn't really make sense in family. But I used to work with an organization, a vast organization. And that organization would assign people different tasks. And you just started having favorite people to work with because those were the people who were always available. They would make the organization the priority to the point where it didn't matter what they had planned. If the organization needed them, they would change their schedule to fit that in, because serving the organization was more important than anything else. And not only that, not only would their schedule rotate around the organization, they were willing to give up promotions. They were willing to give up things that other people, normal people, were not willing to give up. Because the organization came first. And they would give 110%. They were not the type that would half-ass things. So you started having favorites of who you wanted working with you on certain projects because you knew what they would bring. And I was that type of person. I made sure, to bring 110%. My whole life revolved around that organization. And there was a lot of people where I didn't realize it, but with time, people would show resentment because they saw me as a favorite, but I earned that place, right? It wasn't like I was making sacrifices for that. Anywho, this is connecting here. Like, there will be people who are going to be sad because they're not going to receive the favor of the Dark Mother as much as others will. But it's not that she doesn't care for these people. It's just that it's kind of like, imagine she has an organization. She's got an objective. She's got a goal. She can care about these children of hers, but these are the children she sees on holidays. These are the children she sees on Mother's Day. And that's it. That's the only time they show up. That's the only time they connect with her. That's the only time they give her a phone call. These are the children she's building an empire with. These are the children who are her right hand, her left hand, her lawyers, her bodyguards. Like, why would she not be closer to these? Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not about her wanting to be narcissistic and oh, you're not my favorite because you don't do anything for me. It's just that she actually has a goal and she's got to focus. And the people who serve her need to focus too. And people who take offense to that, it's because they don't want to make sacrifices, but they want the benefits of, what she provides. And that's not how it works. Clarify the Five of Cups. Mother of Wands. Clarify the Five of Cups. Son of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Yep. Again, Ace of Pentacles twice. With the Hermit. Nine of Wands. The Devil. Okay, so the people who are choosing this path, again, it's not about being better or worse, because they're showing up with a lot of knowledge. They're showing up as a hermit, very knowledgeable, very wise. However, when the offers come in, it'll be offers that are they respect that this is a follower of the Dark Mother. They can feel the power radiating off of them. But in a way, this is like a test. Because when we have a connection to the Dark Mother, we choose how we use that. Think of it okay, you know me and my analogies. Think of it like the Dark Mother has given you a precious little seed. And this seed identifies you. It's like a badge. It gives you clearance. It gives you power. It gives you maybe certain abilities. How are you going to use that? Here we have some people who others are drawn to them. And this is somebody who's going to use it to build a restaurant. Now, the Dark Mother is not getting angry at these people, because in a way, even the restaurant, as long as it has her energy, it still brings her glory, right? It's as long as they recognize her as the source of their power, there's no beef. There's no problem. But it is more focused on them wanting to be seen as one of her tools, when in reality, these people who are sovereign, it's not that they won't be seen as working with her, but it's almost like they'll be a lot more silent, is what I feel, because their missions will be a lot more impactful. And so they can't be going around talking about what they do or who they're working with. So these people will be the ones getting a lot of glory, which again, in her mind, it balances out. You're getting a lot of glory, you're getting a lot of promotions, you're getting a lot of stability. Be content with that. When the disappointment hits that, well, I'm not the Dark Mother's favorite, now you're being greedy. Now you're being greedy because you're showing up with now you want it all, and that's not how it works. Clarify Five of Wands. Four of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Death card. So this is still a very, it's still a position of helping her and working with her. But think of it like a nation. If you have a nation, like the United States, right? It has a president, it has a vice president, it has a secretary of foreign affairs, it's got a secretary of defense, it's got multiple positions that are very key here. However, they also have diplomats, and these diplomats go out to other countries as their representatives. Are they any less important? No, but they're not as close to the people of the United States because they actually make their lives in other countries. The people who would live in the United States have the interest of the United States a lot more front and center, if that makes sense. Their urgent sense of urgency is stronger. So think of it like that. These people will be representatives still of the Dark Mother. And there's nothing wrong with that. She is still supporting them. They still have her power. They still have her support. But I do sense with the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups, some of them are going to be in conflict because they're going to feel like, oh, I missed an opportunity. Again, you can't have it all. With the Wheel of Fortune, you will have her favor. You will have her blessing. Your life will change. It's just that maybe your destiny is set in a different place because of your circumstances than the destiny of other people. And with the Three of Swords here, I just don't understand why there would be pain. Because again, we're all serving her in different ways. But whoever this is for is getting a little greedy because it's like they want the fame, they want the recognition, they want the money, but they also want the high profile missions, and that's not how it works. Do you remember, I don't know if you guys watch superhero movies. I love superhero movies. And do you remember when Tony Stark announced that he was Iron Man? Because he was like, fuck it, I'm not going to be hiding it like you losers. I'm not Batman. I don't have to be like Superman. I'm not going to be hiding my identity, you fucking losers. And he exposed who he was. He's like, yeah, I'm Iron Man. All hell broke loose. He was never safe after that. All hell broke loose. Because once people know who the target is, the waves won't stop coming. And a lot of chaos ensued from his proclamation. And I feel like these people are in that energy of like, well, I want the stability, but I also want sovereignty. You can't have both. Because to have stability means that you set roots in this system. You have to almost be a part of the 3D matrix. But maybe you are the ones providing stability to the ones that are sovereign. But not really. That wouldn't make sense because sovereignty literally means ruling yourself, not needing anybody else. So maybe you will play support role to these people. But you will be deeply connected to her, but at the same time, your feelings are going to get hurt. Because it's like you're seeking her approval. And she will, it's not like she's not going to be present. But I feel like y'all are getting greedy. Y'all want to be her right hand, but then you also want to be stable. That's not how it works. You got to pick. And the thing is, maybe some of you have children. Maybe some of you have people you need to take care of. So because, like I said, because of your circumstances, you must pick stability over serving her. And that's okay. That just means that that was your destiny in this lifetime. Clarify Nine of Cups. That doesn't mean you are any less important or valued. Judgment. Nine of Swords. See? Oh my God, what the hell, guys? Look, I don't know who this is, but we already have the Five of Cups. We got the Five of Swords, got the Four of Cups, the Three of Swords, now the Nine of Swords. Like, there's a lot of... I feel like this is more for the people who are like, damn, I shouldn't have had children. Damn, I shouldn't have gotten married. Damn, I shouldn't have... Like, it's not... There's nothing to regret. Because I feel like you're not fully embracing your destiny, your fate. You are forgetting that this is one of her areas that she governs. She governs destiny and fate, along with many other things. If she wanted you to not have children, you would not have children. If she wanted you to be unmarried, you would not be married. If she wanted you to be available to be somebody's sovereign, she would have done that. So it's not that she values you any less. It's just that in this lifetime, she needed you to take this particular path. So it's not unhappy. I feel like for some of y'all, you're about to get married. I mean, I'm not saying tomorrow, but I feel like one of the things that may show up for you is a stable King of Pentacles. With Judgment here, it's your decision. I feel like for some of you, those who don't have children, those who don't have anybody that are relying on them, it's your choice. You can go down the path of stability. You can go down the path of somebody who gets married and, moves on with their life. But with the Nine of Swords, somehow this is driving you crazy. Almost like because you connect with this path and you think that this should be a path, you feel like this King of Pentacles is a trick. Like they're tricking you. This is some sort of test. And I know I said that initially, so I get why you feel that, but I feel like I was feeling your energy now. Because now I feel like this is where you're supposed to be. Seven of Wands, Three of Wands, this is the Ten of Wands. You have a responsibility, actually, to fulfill your destiny. And not sit here questioning it. With the Wheel of Fortune, I really can't keep reiterating how much you are exactly where you need to be right now. Give me 3 cards for sovereignty. Maybe with time, you can follow a different path. But right now, and you know what? I know I had a lot of people concerned messaging me. I think this part is especially true if you maybe have a Libra North Node, or maybe you have your North Node in the 7th house, or maybe you've got Cancerian, a Taurus North Node, but it's in the 4th house or, in the lower houses. I feel like this would relate to you. You can still serve her while building stability. So she's correcting me when I said that. Honestly, I had a specific type of person in mind when I was saying that. So she knows. Because honestly, you'll know. I made it very clear that the people I was referring to were people who just came here to spy, just came here to try and Get information to go take back to gossip mills. If you're not one of those, that's obviously the message was not for you. Give me 3 cards for sovereignty. Six of Spheres. Queen of Wands. Ace of Swords. See? I knew it. I knew it. 7 of Swords. 2 of Spheres. 10 of Swords. King of Swords. So for those of you who are into tarot, you already know King of Swords represents government people, right? Police officers, the government, just legal systems, all that. All government systems. Look, the Hierophant, yep. So the people on this lane cannot be as exposed, cannot be as visible as these people. 7 of Swords, their life has to be a lot more discreet, a lot more secretive than these people. Why? Because their priorities are different. They can't be vocal about a lot of things. In fact, I'm gonna say with the 10 of Swords, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, a lot of people may even assume that they died. They didn't. But because the government likes to keep track of people through paperwork and documents, and some people who just stop showing up in paperwork because they've got bigger fish to fry, they're going to think like maybe they died. With the 6 of Pentacles, it's not that these people won't get paid. They're going to get paid in a very different way than this path. And the Queen of Wands showed up over here, but here it showed up as well. Like, it clarified the 5 of Cups because the regret that this side will feel is because they want to show up as Queen of Wands. That's why the Queen of Wands showed up here. But these are the feminines. And I'm saying feminines because men can have feminine energy too, okay? So some of them might be men, but I feel like the majority will be women who just radiate where the seed that she gave them, she's going to amplify it. But these will be her spiritual warriors. So she's got to protect them with secrecy. She's got to protect them by keeping them more secluded, basically. I would not be surprised if she starts creating a very specific coven. Remember, this said all roads lead to Rome, which means they may come from many countries, many states and many cities, but as long as they serve her, they will come together. Let's see. Oh, I just realized we're about to hit the 30-minute mark. I'm going to stop part 1 here, and I will clarify on part 2 this side. So see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.